Hey, what up guys? This is Mr. H reporting from the Hkarmy headquarters, and I'm gonna break down our brand new TFX loader from A to Z. Let's do this. So right here, I have the brand new TFX loader. This is how it will come when you either order it online or from your local retail store. You'll get it just like this. Comes with this cool little slip that goes over the hard XO case. It has the graphics of the TFX loader, and on the back of it, it shows all 4 colors and a little breakdown of how it works. So when you do get this at home, you just pull this little slip cover off. Just set this to the side here. And then you will unveil the hard XO case. This is super durable, super strong case that protects your loaders. So when you put this in your gear bag, it keeps it safe. You pay a lot of money for the loaders and you don't want these things to get ruined. So we include this with every loader. All right, so now I'm gonna unzip the hard XO case. Once you unzip it, you will find the manual. The manual's in this little mesh pocket here. Pull this out, set it aside here as well. And we have the TFX inside. Pull this out here. The TFX, do a little spin so you guys can see this. Super sleek, super awesome design. This is an all toolless loader, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it up here. Just a little lift here in the corner. This hyperlock system right here keeps both the top and bottom shell together. So you're gonna go ahead and lift that right there. Once this is lifted, just see this little knob right here. Just use your finger, tap it, and the loader is in half. That's simple. I'm gonna set this down for right now. Right in here, you have the tray. This is the inner tray. Another toolless feature. This knob right here. At the very top of the loader, all you're gonna do is push with your thumb and lift with your finger at the same time, and this pops straight out. So set down the bottom portion. And we're now to the most important area of the loader where the batteries are gonna go. Another toolless feature, you just lift the top here very gently with your top finger, and you're gonna pull the battery gate down. There's a little knob right here at the top. This keeps the battery tray from coming out when you're playing, so just lift and pull out. All right, so I'm gonna open up the lift gate here, and once you open this up, you'll see the 2 buttons. There's the power button, which has the spring tension on there, and then the 4-speed button right to the right of it. So you can see that once you open up the gate. But I'm gonna throw in 2 batteries here so we can get this powered up. Toss them in real quick. Once you have the batteries in, lift the feed gate back up. But remember, it's not fully locked in until you lift this tab here and put it underneath there. Once we have that closed up, guys, I do recommend 2 Energizer lithium batteries. This will last the longest. This will give you the most power. They are a little bit more expensive, but it's really worth the bang for the buck. Now that the batteries are all back in the tray, let me show you how simple it is to put this thing back together. Grab the bottom of the shell, and you want to put the back of the tray in first. There's 2 little anchor points at the bottom here. Slip it in first. Go ahead and push down at the top, and that will put this in. Once you have the tray and the bottom part connected, nice and safe, grab the top of the shell, put it at the nose of the shell into the little slip here at the top, and you're gonna push down. We need to make sure though, even though you have it down, you gotta make sure the locking mechanism is all the way down, and this way we know that the loader is safe and secure and won't come apart while you're playing. Once that's there, we just close the lid, and we're ready to hit the field. Now that the batteries are installed and your loader's put together, you are ready to hit the field, but I know players like myself enjoy a quick feeding lid system. So we do offer the Hkarmy Speed Feed, which is sold separately. I do have this here as well. Comes in this little nifty case here. It's got some cool graphics, talks about it. I'm just gonna open this up real quick. Pull this out. Pull this out here. Comes with the Speed Feed here with the quick locking mechanism. And then this also does come with a rain lid. So when you do purchase this, you get the rain lid and the speed feed. But this is pretty simple. Let me show you how to put this in. So same thing, you're gonna lift up the current lid that's on here, pull up the hyperlock mechanism, lift the little tab, super quick, you're already in half. There's 1 little button at the bottom here. All you're gonna do is press this, comes right out. Super, super quick, super easy. Now, you're gonna grab your current speed feed that you just have purchased or you already own, and you're just gonna slip it right through the grooves here, click it right in. And once you have the speed feed connected to the top of the shell, when you're closing the speed feed, there's a little tab at the top. You're gonna push down on this all the way while closing the lid at the same time, and this will engage the locking mechanism so that stays nice and tight and won't let paint out while you're playing paintball. Now that I've shown you both the lid options for the TFX loader, let's break this down a little bit more and show you all the key features. Starting with the combat contour. Super durable outside material. This is gonna hold up whether you're playing in the mud, the water, the rain. You have no problems worrying about this. Super strong, as well as the super low profile of the loader. Actually the lowest profile loader out on the market right now. So that is our combat contour design. This particular loader is the black and gold. We are gonna have 4 different colors, this being one. Another color is gonna be the black and gray. Another color is gonna be the charcoal and black. And lastly but not least, we're gonna have the tan and black loader. So if we go to the back side of this loader, you'll see 2 buttons. We have the power button and we have a force feed button. The power button, once you're all set up and have your batteries in, you click it one time and you'll see this green light. When the green light's on, you're ready to put paint in it and get the game started. Let's turn this off. And on your other side, here we have a force feed button. In the unlikely event that you do jam paint in this, which is very unlikely, you go ahead and hit this side, and that's a force feed button that will force feed the swoop stack through the system and break up any jam that maybe will occur. Now that we've covered the exterior shell, let's take a look at the inside of the loader. Once again, it's gonna push the tab down, lift up, hyperlock system, lift up. Super simple, pulling up on that tab. Got the inside again. I'm gonna lift the tab, push the tab again, and lift with my finger at the same time. And we have the inside. Once you have the tray out of the shell, you can see here we have the swoop stack. The swoop stack, what feeds the paint into the tube, into the gun. The swoop stack is also where the anti-jam mechanism is. If you want to take this out because you accidentally fed broken paint into your loader, and this is a little bit dirty, it's super easy. To give you a little tip here, down here is the tension control system. If you actually push up on this, it will make it a little bit easier for you to lift this knob and turn it a quarter turn. Once you've turned that a quarter turn, you're able to pull out the upper arm of the swoop stack. Once this is out, it's pretty easy to clean anything you need in here. But if you want, there's the lower part of the swoop stack and the gear covers. You can also pull this out, pretty simple. Get that out right there. And then you can actually see where the gears are. Now that I have the swoop stack assembly out of the TFX, I can show you the main gear here. The main gear here is always going clockwise. At the bottom here of the assembly, you can see these triangular arms. If they encounter any pressure down here, it slips and falls back into position, slips and falls back into position, as well as the top part of the swoop stack. So these things are both working at the same time. If there is a jam encountered, they both slip and fall back in the spot until it breaks the jam. It's a really cool feature and why it makes it a really true anti-jam. And when you're putting it back, same aspect. Just go ahead, starting with the gear covers and the lower arms, just push it here and push down firmly. Make sure this is down. Grab the top part of the swoop stack, place that on top. Same thing, use your finger again here, use my index finger, quarter turn, and that's in and you're ready to play. Okay, now that we've reinstalled the swoop stack mechanism, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on and show you what would happen if you did have a jam. Turn it on here. If there is a jam, it's gonna look something like this. And you can see how it's fighting the jam. It's going up and down over that little swoop, that little clutch mechanism, and you can't stop it. It's gonna keep fighting the jam. All right guys, so now that I showed you what a jam looks like and what the loader does when it fights off a jam, we're gonna go to the back side of the loader here. And what you're gonna see here is this control arm, which triggers a micro switch, which turns off the juice to the batteries right here. So when paint feeds down the tube, it clicks this control arm, which triggers the switch. If your loader is engaged in the on position, but you have paint in the tube, it is not gonna spin. As you're cycling and shooting paint, it's gonna start spinning. The good part about this is it's not wasting batteries when it doesn't need to. That's why you can get roughly 30,000 rounds of paint off 2 batteries, unlike any other loader. So as you can see, if you're cycling and shooting paint, boom, 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 boom. It's gonna go off and on, only used when it needs to be used. So this is a really cool feature for the 2 batteries that you've bought in to last as long as possible. Also on the bottom of this loader is our tension control system. There's 3 different controls. I know some of you play in colder weather areas like Chicago and New York. The cool thing about this is you can switch the strength of the swoop stack to a harder or lower tension, depending if you're playing in a cold weather and you have real brittle paint, then you're gonna want a lower tension. And it's gonna slow the rate of fire down just a little bit, but that way you won't break any paint and you can have a real fun day of paintball. Super easy. There's 3 little notches. You just lift up and pull, switch the notch, lift up and pull, and right there you've already switched to all 3 tensions. And if you wanna go back, lift up and pull, lift up and pull, and it's just that simple to switch the tension of the TFX. So I'm gonna flip to the other side of the loader here one more time. This is the last feature, but a very important key feature. This is our zero gravity tray. So right here, this utilizes all the space of the loader without compromising the amount of paintballs that you can put in this thing. As you fill your loader up with paint, this is gonna depress. As it depresses, you're gonna get an extra 16 rounds of paint. As you start shooting, it's gonna lift up right back to where it was, so it can feed those paintballs right into the swoop stack and down into your gun. This is a really cool feature. We have this patent pending. There is no other loader on the market with it, and we were super excited to put this in our loader. I'll let you guys see how fast this thing is. It's really quick. This does 22 balls per second. It can do regular paint, reball, no problem. And even if you have some old dimply paint from a few weeks ago, won't have any trouble feeding in this loader. That's a really awesome part about how this swoop stack is made. Another great feature of the TFX loader is the internals and the circuit board is all waterproof. We've all seen Dynasty diving through the mud. We've been playing in the rain with this thing. So you do not need to worry about any of that. This board is fully waterproof and ready to rock, rain or shine. Well, let's get the TFX back together. As I'm putting this back together, don't forget it's super lightweight, super low profile. It's doing 22 balls per second. It is waterproof. It's coming in 4 colorways, and you can shoot any paint out of this. Reball, regular paint, even dimpled paint from 2 weeks ago. So make sure to check out the TFX loader. We're super excited about it. We've worked really hard. Check it out at hkarmy.com. H.